Hey guys, what is up? This is Cody, or xCodeh. How's it going today? Hopefully everybody watching this video is having yourself a snazzy day. Bonus snap. Let me know in the comments down below where you're watching the video from, inside or outside of the United States. I always love to know. Today's video is debatably one of the stupidest decisions I've ever made. Before this video starts, this video is sponsored by me. If you guys are interested in uncensored, unlisted smoking videos, check out my Patreon page. There'll be a link in the description and more information at the end of the video. So this story takes place back when I was about 16 years old. I was a sophomore in high school, so the peak DJing days, the peak when all the stories happened, basically. I was at this point in high school where I started to really not care. And at the end of the day, I had this art class. And whenever you had a class, right at the end of the day, it was easy to just skip it as long as it wasn't like math or English or something you like really needed. If it was just one of those bonus classes, you know, listen, you could skip it every once in a while. It's just art class, man. Like, you could draw up something tomorrow. So whenever I'd have art class at the end of the day, I'd usually just like show up, be like, oh, can I go to the bathroom? And then just walk out the door and go smoke cigarettes with my friends. But this day was great, because we were going to get some weed. Every time I'd leave school, go up to the double doors, put your hands on the doors, you look both ways down the sidewalk to make sure the security guard in the golf cart isn't looking. He'd always just be patrolling around the school, waiting for me. Sometimes I'd get cocky and I wouldn't look both ways enough, and then he'd be right there, watch me do it, be like, hey! What are you doing? It was very iconic, honestly. Bust through the double doors, run past the lawn, over the street, and then through someone's backyard, which would connect to the bike path. It was honestly a thrill. Every time I did it, it felt like Mission Impossible. Like I was just like completing a mission. Especially when you come back after smoking weed and get away with it. It was just the best feeling ever. I remember I'm across the street. I used to bring this little medicine bottle to school. Don't store weed in medicine bottles. It's like not airtight, I'm pretty sure. Maybe some of them are, like the heavy duty ones. But for the most part, you could smell it through it, dude. It's not a good idea. I remember meeting up with the one plug that I knew at the time. He would always rip us off every single time. He was the guy that would make us wait for fucking 12 hours, bro. He was the guy that no matter what, when you call him for bud, he'd be like, all right, dude, I'm just coming around the corner, dude. I'll be there in like 5 minutes. 2 hours goes by. Hey, dude, where you at, man? Like, I thought you said you're right around the corner. He's like, bro, something came up. I'll be there in 20 minutes. No problem. 3 hours. It's like I'm in a SpongeBob episode 3 hours later. This dude literally made us wait 12 hours one time and then skimped the bag. Sold us an eighth. It was 3.2. He had some great weed though, I gotta say. Whenever at least the times where he wouldn't bring it to school and put it in his sock. And this time was splendid, okay? He had weed that was fresh, with no feet terps involved, and sold me a gram, probably gave me 0.8. I didn't have a scale at the time. I was at school. I put it in my little medicine bottle. Me and my friends went and smoked a bowl, got blasted. I'm talking blasted. My friends would never get as high as me. I don't know if it's my genetics or whatever the fuck it is, man, but back then, Kush would send me to Mars. Send me past Mars. I'd be in fucking Planet X and then in the next universe or something, man. I would just be that meme where it's like you smoke weed at an apple for the first time and listen to Kid Cudi. It was like that every time, man. It was like a dream or a trip. Just some good times. So we get nice and stony baloney, and then we're going over to the gas station. That was the go-to. You get baked. You go and get some peace teas or some Arizona iced teas. There was also this brisk one that was pretty chill. I don't remember the flavor, but I guarantee this had a factor in it that this gas station would always have expired everything. 90% of the time, you'd go in there, check the bottle, it had expired 3 months ago. I don't know if it was a combination of the flavor of this brisk tea and the expiration date, but every time I'd get it, it would always taste like a strawberry yogurt, a fucking iced tea. I don't know why. I love strawberry yogurt, so it was a plus for me. It'd make my stomach hurt almost every time, but hey, strawberry yogurt iced tea, okay? Sounds terrible, but after you're fucking high as hell, you get some pepperoni pizza combos. Listen, that sounds like a horrible combination right there, but hey, when you're fucking that hot baked, anything's good, man. You'd eat Chinese food and ice cream at the same time. So we get the snacks. We're fucking having a great day. Sun's beaming. Fucking summer's almost here. We going through the parking lot, and who do we see drive up? Just immediately take the sharp left into the fucking gas station. The school resource officer. He pulls right up to us, and he gets out of the car, and he's just like, "Hey guys, aren't you supposed to be at school?" Everybody around me is a little bit older. They're in like the upper class, and they're like, "Oh, we're seniors. We have a free period. We're allowed to." And I'm like, he comes right up to me. He's like, "Cody, I know how old you are. You're not a senior. You don't have a free period right now." And I'm like, yeah, I'm supposed to be in art class right now. And he's just like, "All right, make sure you get back to school." Give me one of those, give me one of the beckons, you know. I don't know where this confidence came from. It might have been because it was the same police officer from the time, I think it was my first time tripping on acid story, where I went back to school after trip. It was like on the afterglow, so I was still really tripping, but I wasn't like peaking, basically. And it was the next day, and I was at school, and the cop came up to me because the cops were looking for me all night, and I was just had all this insane confidence. I was looking him straight in the eye like, "Yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm safe. I'm good." So after that experience, I probably had this like false sense of confidence, and me being so blasted, I completely forgot I had even weed in my pocket. Or maybe I thought I had weed in my pocket, but as soon as he said, head back to class, I thought I was home free. Me and the group of friends kind of split off into two groups. One of the people goes towards the path because they're seniors and they have the free period, and they can do that, all right? They have the privilege, the clout. And me and a couple of the friends in my class started to go across the street to try to get away from the cop, go across the street to the sidewalk, then back to the school. But I'm like right near the road, and he's just like, "Hey Cody, you just want to ride over there real quick?" And I'm like, "Yeah, why not?" Completely forgetting I just fucking bought weed and had it in a medicine bottle. I had a blue flannel on. Wait a minute. I had this very blue flannel on right here. I'm so glad I found it. I had the medicine bottle right here, right in this very pocket. And it's like slow motion. As soon as I say, "Yeah, of course," and I start walking towards the cop car, the realization sets in. I'm like, what the fuck did I just do? I'm about to get arrested. I can't turn back now because then he's just gonna think I'm suspicious. So I walk up to his car and he's like, "Yeah, go around the passenger side. You don't have to get in the back. You're not in trouble." My God, dude, I get into the car and he's just kind of making small talk with me. I don't remember exactly what he was saying. This was a long time ago, but I get into the passenger seat, close the door, and my heart is bumping. I am just so fucking anxious. I just like, all right, the school is like not even a minute down the road. So like, I'm like, all right, I just got to get through this. I'll just respond to whatever he says. He's like kind of making small talk like, "Cody, you really shouldn't be skipping class." Giving all that, trying to give me all that. Like, "Yeah, dude, you got to stay in school and you got to get your education and art class is important. You need the credits, all that, And I'm like, yeah, you're right. I won't do it again. Give him, of course I'm never going to do it again. And everything seemed fine up until we pull right into the school and he gets right in front of the front entrance, parks the car, and he looks over at me and he's just like, "Hey Cody, what's that bulge in your pocket right there?" There, let me find something. It was like, I literally have a medicine bottle for my acid reflux. So it was literally like this. This is what he was seeing in the car right here. He's like, "What's that bulge sticking out of your pocket right there?" And I'm like, "Oh, nothing, it's nothing." And he's just like, "That wouldn't be weed, would it?" And I'm like, "Oh, no, absolutely. Of course not. I would never bring weed to school." And he looks at me and he's just like, "Okay." And I just get out of the car. Like, I just get the fuck out. I didn't say anything else, say anything more. The look he gave me, he looked at me and he's like, "You think I'm stupid?" Like, he gave me that fucking signature, "What the fuck do you think? Who the fuck do you think I am?" Look, dude, the whole car smelled so bad. Like, this bud was so good. It might have even been from the same plug of the Death Star Super Lemon Haze because this shit reeked, dude. And it's always one of those things that right after you smoke, you can never smell it the same way. And like, it must have been all over the clothes, all in my hair. I truly believe that this cop looked me in the face and just didn't want to deal with the paperwork, or he didn't want to just get me in trouble because, at that point, he could have just given me a ticket as soon as I got in the car at the gas station, but now he would have had to give me a ticket and I would have got arrested because I brought weed onto school grounds. So listen, to this day, I really don't know if he gave me a break. I don't know why he didn't ask me to stop. Like, "Hey, wait a minute. What's in your pocket? Empty your pockets before you go into the school. Didn't give me any of that. I just got out of the car. That was one of the quickest decisions I have ever made in my entire life. Like, it was like no thoughts, automatic mode. Just fucking, all right. See you later. In a cop car with weed. What a title. Listen, this is definitely one of the top 10 most stupid things I've ever done. Yeah, sure, give me a ride back to the school. Right after buying weed with a fucking non-airtight container. Absolutely ridiculous, man. I have another story coming up about when this resource officer caught us in the fucking act. Like, this was one of the only times where, like, we were smoking weed. There was a fucking cloud of smoke in the air. Like, I'm talking the last hits of the blunt were still in the air when the cop rolls up to us. Absolutely ridiculous story. There's been countless times where I've been baked out of my mind and had to talk to cops, but like this was one of the only times where I was actually caught in the act. Like the blunt was still lit. Leave a like on the video if you guys enjoyed and if you're excited for that story coming up. I'm still doing the 900K question and answer. I've not forgotten about that, okay? Just letting the questions accumulate on the community tab on my YouTube channel. Go check that out. Check out the shorts I've been making too. Been double uploading those on TikTok. My @'s xCodeh YouTube. Go follow me on there if you use TikTok. I'm not really a TikToker, to be honest with you. I just kind of trying to grow the channel, man. I really want to get 1 mil subs. Huge thank you to everybody supporting me on Patreon. For $1 or $2 a month, you can support the channel and get access to those unlisted smoking videos that I've been making over there on Patreon. Check the link in the description and also in the pinned comment below. I'll put a list of all the names on screen right now. So many names. Thank you guys for the support. It really has been helping me out. Let me know in the comments down below if you've had any crazy cop experiences. I know a bunch of you guys have, dude. I know you have. I'm looking forward to reading a bunch of your comments and I've been replying to a lot. Okay, last video, go check the last video if you haven't seen it already. Getting too high with a volcano, my previous video, I replied to hundreds of comments and I plan on doing that again tonight. Thank you for spending the time out of your day to watch my video and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Check out my website, xCodeh.com. Stay high, stay lifted, and stay snazzy. Peace.